Let me know when you're ready. When it started. Okay, thank you, and welcome everybody. Well, Wii Series League 2022 is hotting up with the finals of the third round, and we have two fantastic players here in Wii Sports Club. We'll start on the left, representing the United States of America. Somebody who's got 7 points so far after a quarter-final exit in Wii Sports Resort and reaching just the first round in Wii Play. He's beaten myself, Neon, and the world record holder Jonasty to get here. He's only lost one round so far. A master of co-op golf, where he holds 12 world records, it's SpeedyClub. And on the right side, in the red corner, representing Germany. 8 points so far after reaching round 2 in Wii Sports Resort and quarterfinals in Wii Play. 3 flawless victories over Vinch, North Rails and Benders to get here. He's an ex-world record holder in this category with a 6.11, and that is still good enough for third place in all time. It's a man we have to thank that we have a competition at all. It's Cedrik. So, I think both of our players are ready. There's only one more thing to do, and that is to get them underway. So I'll count them in. 3, 2, 1, go. And for all of you that aren't too sure about the category, it's all sports, no baseball, best of 3. You can see that Cedrik has his stream is a bit ahead by 5 seconds, but that's fine. It adds a bit of drama, if anything. So yes, you have to complete a game of tennis, golf, bowling, and boxing. It's actually bowling ahead of golf, because unlike normal runs in this category, you have to play the games in order. In tennis, it will be first to 7 points. It's a best of 1 game, and it uses the tie-break format. That's something they have in Wii Sports Club and Nintendo Switch Sports. Of course, in Wii Sports Proper, they didn't have it. Now, obviously, there is a fair bit of RNG in this category. But you can see Cedrik getting to 7 points at around 57. I think it's going to be close. And I think there is at most 2 seconds between the two players. I would argue that Cedrik just ahead. So now we go on to bowling and a 10-pin game. Unlike in tennis, where you have to win, all you have to do is finish there. There's no requirement about the scores, although obviously it will be quicker to get a strike in the first 9 frames because you only have to throw the ball once. Cedrik gets a strike first time, as does Speedy, but Cedrik misses it the second time, picks up the spare. Speedy going for the second one, and that's a strike. A bit of luck there. Cedrik's missed it again. So now, to be honest, I don't think it makes that much difference, but it is somewhat quicker. And Cedrik can't buy a strike right now. 3 missed in a row with Speedy gets the turkey. And Cedrik, again, missing a strike, while Speedy on for 4. And it's a shame he can't go for a perfect game, because that would be slower. That would be the ultimate flex in a finals. 5th strike for Speedy, again, Cedrik not getting there. And Speedy going for number 6, and now I think Speedy has officially taken the lead, just by a couple of seconds. Finally, a strike for Cedrik, and Speedy with his first blemish in this run, or at least in the bowling section. It's another strike for Speedy, a horrible split for Cedrik. It's lucky this score doesn't matter, because that would have been a nasty set. And Speedy just having a few problems releasing the ball, and that has helped Cedrik, because Cedrik has been able to exit early, and that is not what Speedy wanted in the finals. Now, I don't think there's too much in it, but Cedrik's maybe 7 or 8 seconds. Is the ball in the gutter there? Yes, it is. Wow, quitting early would be a death sentence in this run, but using my judgment, that was just about fair enough. Perfect timing, you might say. Both players going for Classic A. You'd be mad not to. So Cedrik definitely with the lead as we go on to hole C1. And so, yeah, 1 shot to the good, you'd say. Speedy setting up. And it's a lovely tee shot, by the way, from Cedrik. And that is approach shot, not hitting the green. I think that's intentional. He has the opportunity to go for the driver chip, but he chooses the putt. And it just falls short. So it will be a par for Cedrik, and that's good news for Speedy, because if he can get a birdie here, he's suddenly right back in it. And it is a really good approach shot from the American player. And if he can just sink this putt, which isn't too difficult, yeah, he does, and the gap has shortened. So let's have a look. Cedrik's tee shot at 406 on hole C2, and it's a good tee shot on the green, and Speedy's is on 411, so a 9-second gap. Speedy has overhit it, has he? Well, it's hit the sand. That's a really nice shot. Cedrik sinks it, and it's a tricky putt, but definitely a doable one for Speedy to get the birdie. And, well, it is a final, so we should be expecting our players to do that. Well, not a completely perfect win for Cedrik, but he is taking the shortcut on hole C3, and he does so well. Will Speedy have the same luck? Yep. Clubs down because it was a tailwind, and, yes, gets it onto the fairway. Lovely shot from both players, always a risk. C3. Cedrik hits the sand with a second shot and ends up on the fairway. There is a chance, is there, for a driver chip? He just goes for a wedge shot. Safety first, as Speedy hits the green, but it's a long way away. Cedrik less than a metre to sink it, and he gets a birdie. Speedy going for an eagle. Oh, and that was a really good shot. He gets unlucky though. And it's actually not an easy putt for the birdie, although it's one you'd expect him to make. So Cedrik going into boxing, and he presses OK at 5.32. For Speedy, going into boxing as well, he's going two-handed, whereas Cedrik is one-handed, and he presses OK 5.39. So about 7 seconds separates the players, sorry. And this is a bit of luck you need in this game, I can tell you that for nothing. Two hands is faster, but it's also more risky. Now, Cedrik almost knocking out Matt, and he's down. If it's nothing that Speedy can do, but Matt's got him back up. Now, Speedy's knocked down Matt. Well, are we seeing something remarkable here? No, Matt's gone back up, so Cedrik still the man in the lead. There's always a bit of RNG with these. And this is what makes speedrunning this category exciting, but also frustrating. So Matt's down again on Cedrik's side, and down again on Speedy's side. And wow, it's very close actually, but Cedrik is done. 6.47, and for Speedy, it is going to be 6.48. Well, it's definitely Cedrik that won. I think if Speedy wants a retime, we grant it to him. Speedy, are you happy? I'm pretty sure you lost that, to be honest, but it's your decision whether you want a retime.
I don't think I really.
Okay, so Cedrik said he's going to retime it anyway, but Speedy's happy to continue. Okay, so players, get ready. Provisionally, we're saying that it is 1-0 to Cedrik. And both of our players will get into tennis. So, well, that shows how close it can be. The great equaliser boxing, because Cedrik had a clear lead, but, well, you could call it RNG, you can call it skill, but Speedy definitely didn't make up time, perhaps due to a combination of those factors. If you're wondering why the players switch to the right, it's because should they get a flawless victory, they get to serve 4 times. So both our players are ready, and I'll count them in again. 3, 2, 1, go. And here we are. As we've established, a bit of stream delay for Cedrik, but the time starts when they press single matches. So it is fair for both players. Now, if you mess up the serve, the opponent will always hit it back, but if you do a power serve, it is a bit of RNG. So you just need to hope. Both of Cedric's have come off unreturned, as have Speedy's. So it's a good start for both players. That's a nice return there. Tennis is sort of the starter for 10 of this category, though, because both players are very skilled. You'll only lose a few seconds at the worst of times. But seconds can be crucial, as we found out, so Speedy's timer's not running, but anyway, that's not too much of a problem. We know that there's a 6-second gap between the two players, but again, we can retime it after if there's any controversy. So both players into bowling, and Speedy's definitely ahead. I'd just give it by a few seconds. Cedrik with a strike on his first ball, and Speedy, not that time. And Cedrik can't get a strike on his second throw. Can Speedy? No. So a little bit less strike accuracy from both players so far. Cedrik getting a strike on his third throw of the dice. And again, Speedy can't. So in the first leg, we were seeing Speedy with the more strikes, but not this time. So, well, Speedy made an adjustment, and it's worked because he's gotten a strike. Cedric's missed his last two. But I think that... I'm not sure who's in the lead, but I'm pretty certain that Cedrik has clawed back some time if he's not gained the lead. A strike there, though, for Speedy, and Cedric unable to, and again unable to. I think that's 5 misses in a row for the German. Speedy with the double there, and another miss there. But that's throw 9, so into the gutter it goes, and will be again. And 2:40 the time when Cedrik exits. Speedy with a strike on 9. And yeah, Cedric's definitely in the lead now as he enters golf into Classic A, as we'd call it in English, and I would say about an 8-second lead is what he carries in to the links. So, entering hole C8. C1, sorry.
Nice shot.
Flag 1, or shot 1 to you and me. It's a nice tee shot, straight and true on the fairway. You wouldn't want to be messing that up in the finals, mind, and Speedy does the same without any real problems. Here is the approach shot from Cedrik, and it's nice on the green, leaves a relatively straightforward putt. So 1 shot the difference between the two. As Cedrik sinks his putt. How is Speedy's approach shot? Oh, that's wonderful. Really good shot, and that gives him a simple putt. And yeah, both of them getting a very straightforward birdie on C1. Cedrik's tee shot on C2 makes contact with the sand, but it's a very nice shot, and again a very simple putt. Speedy will do the same, and he's overhit it onto the rough. And now is this moment where we have our champion, because that will give Cedrik a very big lead. Because Speedy's going to get a par here. Cedrik not taking the shortcut on C3, and that is the safe route, but it does give Speedy a chance to get some time back. So 1 shot is the difference. Cedrik has it being his first shot on 4:45, and Speedy, unlike 4:44, there's not a good win for Speedy, but he manages to get that. Cedrik with a really nice approach shot, though, and a chance for an eagle, and it's hardly one he's going to miss. In it goes, and 503 out of golf. This is brilliant stuff. Speedy unable to hit the green, and Well, there is Italy goes for the chip shot. And oh my word, wow, that's something. A chip from the fairway, always appreciated on this channel. And even if he doesn't win, he's given himself the best chance he possibly can. But Cedrik has fired away, beating up Matt. As we know, one-handed technique for him, well, his American opponent, two-handed. Well, Matt is down on Cedric's screen for Speedy. It's just about started. Will it be a knockout? 7, 8, 9, 10. Knockout 6:03, a new personal best, I believe. Yeah, it is. Wow. That is another brilliant thing. It takes him to second on the records. And we have our champion, the winner of the third round, gaining a brilliant 15 points. Cedrik PLE. That's more than double than his tally. Will Speedy's run be done here? Let's see. Let's hope so and get the quickest time possible. He has been very valiant. And yeah, there we go. I believe a sub 7 there. But unable to get the better of Cedrik today. And Cedrik wins without losing a single game. So we'll have a couple of words with the players. We'll start with our runner-up. So Speedy, you must be a little bit disappointed to lose the game, I suppose. What do you think that you didn't get? Maybe a bit of luck, or maybe just some mistakes that meant that you couldn't overcome this final hurdle today?
So it was probably mostly nerves, and I was training a lot before this, trying to get uppercuts in boxing. Didn't hit a single one in the finals, which was a bummer. Which could have gave me a lot of time, but it didn't.
But
Cedrik definitely won this more than I did. Overall,
though, getting to the final is always very impressive. So, what can you take from the tournament as a whole?
Well, I guess to me it shows that I have potential to get this far.
And final question. Next round is Wii Party. Are you confident for that?
I don't have a lot of experience with Wii Party. I found a lot of the categories were luck-based. So I guess I'll just see how I do.
Okay, thank you. And now our winner. Well, Cedrik, taking things by storm there. I have to ask you first, how does it feel in the final to set a new personal best?
Well, it would have been funny if I would have gotten a better tennis, because that was the difference between world record and PB.
Yeah, 4 seconds off. But overall, okay, you've played 8 games.
I was very lucky on the boxing there to get a 1 cycle.
That's true. That is a very lucky. But overall, 8 matches played in the tournament and 8 wins.
6 to be precise.
Well, sorry, but you've come through this winning every single round, not even winning a game 2-1. So how do you reflect on that? That must be pretty good.
Good RNG, yeah, because I was lucky in boxing in most of my matches, actually. And if I wasn't lucky, my opponent also wasn't lucky, so I think I never got the situation that my opponent got a 1 cycle and I got a 3 cycle. So yeah, pretty lucky there. Overall, this is a luck-based category. And one thing about bowling, if you do a strike setup and then strike, you can actually lose time if you take longer than 0.5 seconds to set up. So going for a setupless strike and getting the strike is only 0.5 seconds faster. So there's actually no point in setting up the strike.
That's interesting, actually.
That's why I didn't get as many strikes, and it didn't matter. That's why bowling is pretty much an auto-scroller in this game.
So, your next round is Wii Party. I mean, you've put your win down to luck, although I do think that the absence of major mistakes, do you think that you can continue having good fortune in, well, what is the most luck-based game, perhaps, in the entire series, Wii Party?
If category 2 or 3 comes up, it's gonna be pure RNG. Then it's basically a roulette who will take the next tournament. But that's the beauty of Wii Party. You can never predict any match then.
Okay. So,
but GG's to SpeedyClub. Well earned 12 points for the tournament.
So for you, Cedrik, winner of the tournament, a new PB, 15 points in the tournament, and one more thing to enjoy is the German national anthem. Are we still live? Or did you cut it off?